Hey, so we all make mistakes, but owning up to them is the right thing to do. You know Degree Cool Rush deodorant? Well, last year they changed the formula and it did not go over well with their fans. Degree's whole thing is it turns up the sweat and odor protection when you turn up the effort. And good thing it does, because Cool Rush fans really turned up the effort to bring back the original formula. One guy even started an online petition. And Degree listened. They admitted they effed up. And they are bringing the original Cool Rush set back. And it's exactly how you remembered it. Cool, crisp, and fresh. It's back in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. There's a reason why it's been the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. It's the same reason why people were not happy when it changed. So if you never tried it, it might be a good time to see what the fuss is about. Head to your local Walmart or Target to try the OG Degree Cool Rush for yourself.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, salute to Tyrese Halliburton. He will miss the entire 25-26 season after surgery to repair his Achilles. So
we knew that,
out
though.
next year.
He'll be out next year. Damian Lillard will be out next year. Jason Tatum will be out next year. Kyrie Irving will be out next year.
Damn, all them tore their Achilles?
Yeah.
Damn.
And they've been blaming it on low top sneakers. They were saying that a lot.
It gotta be.
they're
Everybody
saying,
not doing the same thing. It gotta be something.
Yes, a lot of the legends in the game saying they got to go back to wearing high top. More
I
bracing than
haven't
ankle.
heard the reason why, but I do want to know why people are tearing their Achilles.
Easily.
All right, what's up, Morgan?
Hey y'all, hey, happy Tuesday. How we feeling?
Hey,
Good,
girl,
welcome
we
back.
all right.
That was your
Good,
vacay.
yes, welcome. Yeah, oh, it was so good, so good. I'm glad to be back, but you know it's a little doom and gloom. So let's get into what's first on front page. So tragic news out of Texas. While we were gone, of course, the death toll continues to rise following catastrophic flooding. Over 100 people, including children, are reportedly confirmed dead across 6 counties in Texas. Kerr County officials reporting at least 56 adults, 28 children, and 10 children and 1 adult still missing from that girls' camp, Camp Mystic. Now, officials said hundreds of responders are working search and rescue operations in the area, and Camp Mystic also confirmed at least 27 campers and counselors died in that flooding. Now, Texas Governor Greg Abbott ensures the search and rescue and recovery efforts will continue. Let's take a listen to his comments.
We continue 24/7 operations to search for anybody who was affected by that deadly storm.
Yeah, so President Trump signed a major disaster declaration for Kerr County, and he said he will likely visit Texas on Friday. Trump was questioned about his plans to get rid of FEMA and whether the federal government needs to rehire previously fired meteorologists, and here's what he had to say to that. Let's take a listen to President Trump's comments.
Well, FEMA is something we can talk about later, but right now they're busy working, so we'll leave it at that. This was the thing that happened in seconds. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it. Very talented people are there, and they didn't see it. It's, I guess they said, once in 100 years. They've never seen anything like this.
So White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she also slammed some Democrats claiming recent cutbacks at the National Weather Service hindered warnings to people in the area. Leavitt said the weather station in the area had extra staff in place before the storm, and anyone who uses this issue to score political points should be ashamed. Now, the press secretary also offered words of support to those impacted. Let's take a listen to her comments.
Unfortunately, in the wake of this once-in-a-generation natural disaster, we have seen many falsehoods pushed by Democrats such as Senator Chuck Schumer and some members of the media. Blaming President Trump for these floods is a depraved lie. Everyone here at the White House, including the President of the United States, is praying for the victims' families and friends during this unimaginable time.
Well, they always use these issues to score political points. When there was wildfires in California, Trump and Trump's cronies, they definitely slammed Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass. So I don't know what she means by now isn't the time to use this to score political points, because this is what they do. But man, what a horrible story.
Yes,
because
yes.
when it's us versus Mother Nature, it's really nothing you can do but attempt to get out the way. All those kids passing away. I read a story about a father who got swept away with his kids because he refused to let them go when the floods came, man. Like, God, man.
Yeah, it was real
Yes.
sad.
So sad.
Very devastating news. But politics aside, the devastating Texas floods have impacted countless residents. Families have lost their homes, communities, and lives have been shattered. And of course, like I said earlier, children are still missing. So the need is urgent. The Community Foundation of Texas Hill Country has launched the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund to support the response, relief, and long-term recovery efforts. All donations will go directly towards trusted and vetted local organizations to provide food, shelter, health care, and hope. So you can join us today and donate to the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund at communityfoundation.net. That's communityfoundation.net. And of course, that wraps up Front Page News for 6 a.m. I've got plenty more Front Page News at 7, so stick around.
When it's you versus Mother Nature, like it's
Nothing you can do.
really nothing you can do but try to get out of the way.
So damn sad.
Yeah.
All right.
Earthquakes, hurricanes, flash floods, blizzards. What are you supposed to do in those situations except for
Right.
pray?
That's right. Well, everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some Front Page News. What up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, so in international news, right? Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he is nominating President Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. He announced the nomination at a dinner at the White House, saying Trump is pursuing peace and security in many lands, especially in the Middle East. He told the president he has sent a letter to the Nobel Peace Committee and that he should win. President Trump accepted the nomination letter for the Nobel Peace Prize and thanked Benjamin Netanyahu. Let's take a listen to their exchange.
I want to present to you, Mr. President, the letter I sent to the Nobel Prize Committee. It's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well deserved.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful.
So at that same dinner, President Trump says the U.S. will be sending more weapons to Ukraine, and he elaborated on the type of weapons and why. Let's take a listen to those comments.
We're going to send some more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. They're getting hit very hard now. Defensive weapons, primarily, but they're getting hit very, very hard. Very sad. So many people are dying in that mess.
So this comes after the administration had paused some weapons shipments to Ukraine over concerns the U.S. military stockpile was being depleted. As for the pause in weapons shipments, Trump said the U.S. needed to make sure that we had enough for ourselves. And here on the home front, while we were away on vacation, President Trump did sign his big, beautiful bill into law on July 4th during a ceremony at the White House. He was joined by B-2 bombers as well as F-22 and F-35 fighter jets that did a flyover. The president was also joined by those pilots and crews from the Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri who executed Operation Midnight Hammer on Iran's nuclear sites. Now, in a post on social media, Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer called the bill a betrayal of U.S. citizens. Now, meanwhile, Republican lawmakers are celebrating. In an interview with Fox News Sunday, House Speaker Mike Johnson said the bill will help the economy flourish, adding the legislation will deliver on the administration's America First agenda. Let's take a listen to Mike Johnson's comments.
The average American, the typical American household, will have $13,000 more in take-home pay. This is a great thing for people who go to work every day, and they're going to feel that.
So former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, who's on the other side of the aisle as a Democrat, he slammed the bill while speaking to ABC's This Week, saying it's a step in the wrong direction for the country. Let's take a listen to his comments.
This is a shameful act by our Congress and by our president that is going to set our country back.
So the legislation includes over $4 trillion in tax reductions, which the administration claims will benefit working class Americans. Democrats believe the bill will cut necessary programs like SNAP, Medicaid, and Medicare, leaving thousands of Americans vulnerable. So this is going to be a wait and see type of situation, depending on where you are economically. I'm sure you're already starting to feel some of the impacts, but this is going to be one of those wait and see type of situations.
Now, this bill is going to cut Medicaid and food assistance for up to 17 million Americans, right? You see Republicans and Democrats have spoken out against this bill. Some folks are calling it political suicide, and they say the GOP is going to lose a bunch of seats in the midterms. But if the GOP doesn't seem to be concerned about that, then what does that tell y'all, folks? Fight is probably already fixed when it comes to the midterm elections, and 2028. So who knows? I just feel like, if something is, political suicide, if you're using that kind of language for a bill and you pass it anyway, then you know something that the rest of us don't know. Or you know something that the rest of us do know, and we just sitting around waiting for the inevitable to happen. Free and fair elections, my ass. We'll see in a couple of years, though.
No, you're right about that. But before I go, I think it's very important to mention one more time about the devastating floods that have impacted those residents in Texas. Of course, families lost their lives, communities impacted and shattered. Children are still missing, and of course, the need is urgent. The Community Foundation of Texas Hill Country, they launched the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund to support those impacted relief and long-term recovery efforts. All donations will go to trusted, local, and vetted organizations that provide food, shelter, healthcare, and hope. And you can donate to the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund at communityfoundation.net. That's communityfoundation.net if you want to make sure you support those impacted, because like you said, Charlamagne, you never know when it could be us, and what can you do when it's you versus Mother Nature? So
that's right.
That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. You can follow me on socials, and for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank y'all.
And also, I just want to send a salute and send love to some of the major cities that had a lot of shootings 4th of July. I know Chicago,
Philly,
55 people got shot, 6 people died. I know in Philly, 6 dead, there was 35 hurt, 15 shootings. So I just want to send love to everybody in Philly
that was
and everybody.
Really sad because you can literally go and see all of these shootouts online.
Which is crazy.
It's
The one on
from
Ring?
the front door,
Yes.
right? And it's so many. It looked like they was having a cookout, and people just came up and they was shooting from the porch, on the porch. It was so much, man. So prayers up for everybody.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Morgan.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.